Welcome back to Marsamond. Today, we're heading to one of Asia's most incredible countries, Vietnam. Most people know Vietnam for its delicious food, beautiful landscapes, and especially through its glorious war history. But there's so much more to discover. In this video, we'll uncover 15 mind-blowing facts about Vietnam that might completely change the way you see this amazing country. Make sure you stay until the end because some of these facts are truly unbelievable. Let's get started. 1. Vietnam has more motorbikes than you can imagine. Vietnam is famous for its motorbike culture. In major cities, like Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, streams of motorbikes fill the streets from morning until night. For first-time visitors, crossing the road can feel terrifying. Some tourists couldn't cross the road because the sheer number of motorbikes made them a little dizzy. But after a few tries, you'll get the rhythm and find it easier to cross the road. It feels like playing a real-life game. Yet somehow, the traffic flows surprisingly smoothly. It is orderly chaos. 2. Vietnam is one of the world's largest coffee producers. Vietnam is the second largest coffee producer in the world, behind Brazil. Here's something many people don't know. Vietnam is actually the world's largest exporter of Robusta coffee. Coffee isn't just a drink here, it's part of everyday life. The country is especially famous for unique creations like egg coffee, which combines coffee with whipped egg yolk and condensed milk. Many visitors come for the scenery and end up becoming obsessed with Vietnamese coffee. 3. Vietnam has a train that passes just inches from homes. One of the most unusual places in Vietnam is Hanoi's famous train street. People live, drink coffee, and go about their daily lives right next to active railway tracks. When a train approaches, everyone quickly moves tables, chairs, and motorbikes out of the way. Moments later, the train passes only inches from nearby buildings. It's one of the most surreal sights you'll ever see. 4. Vietnam is one of the largest rice exporters in the world. Vietnam is the second largest rice exporter in the world. Millions of tons of rice are exported to countries all over the world. The fertile Mekong Delta produces enormous amounts of rice every year. Vietnam exports millions of tons of rice to countries around the globe. For many Vietnamese families, rice has been a way of life for generations. Vietnamese people love rice so much that they've turned it into hundreds of different dishes. 5. Vietnam has a golden bridge held by giant hands. Imagine walking across a bridge that's being held up by giant stone hands. That's exactly what you'll find at the Golden Bridge near Da Nang. The bridge sits high in the mountains and appears to be floating above the clouds. Since opening, it has become one of the most photographed landmarks in the world. 6. Ha Long Bay looks like a fantasy movie. Ha Long Bay is one of the most beautiful natural wonders on Earth. Nearly 2,000 limestone islands rise dramatically from emerald green waters. The scenery is so breathtaking that many travelers compare it to a scene from a fantasy movie. It's no surprise that Ha Long Bay is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. 7. Tet is the biggest celebration of the year. Vietnam's Lunar New Year celebration, known as Tet, is the most important holiday in the country. Families travel from all over Vietnam to reunite with loved ones. Homes are decorated with flowers, traditional foods are prepared, and cities become filled with festive energy. For many Vietnamese people, Tet is even more important than their birthday. 8. Vietnam turns into one giant party after a football victory. When Vietnam's national football team wins an important match, the streets can turn into one giant celebration. Thousands of fans jump on their motorbikes, wave Vietnamese flags, honk their horns, and ride through the city for hours. Locals call this tradition Đi Bao, which roughly translates to storming the streets. For many visitors, it looks less like a sports celebration and more like a massive national party on wheels. 9. Vietnamese food is loved around the world. Vietnamese cuisine is considered one of the best in the world. Dishes like pho, banh mi, and fresh spring rolls have become internationally famous. The food is known for its fresh ingredients, vibrant flavors, and balance between sweet, sour, salty, and savory tastes. Many travelers visit Vietnam specifically for the food. 10. Vietnam has one of the fastest growing tourism industries. Millions of tourists visit Vietnam every year. People come to explore mountains, beaches, ancient cities, caves, and vibrant street markets. Thanks to its affordability and incredible variety of attractions, Vietnam has become one of Asia's hottest travel destinations. 11. Vietnam has more than 3,000 kilometers of coastline. Vietnam stretches along the eastern edge of Southeast Asia with over 3,000 kilometers of coastline. This gives the country countless beaches, fishing villages, and island destinations. Whether you prefer luxury resorts or hidden tropical escapes, Vietnam has something for everyone. 12. Vietnam's Dragon Bridge breathes fire. Most bridges help people cross rivers. But in Da Nang, one bridge does something much more impressive. The Dragon Bridge is shaped like a giant dragon stretching across the Han River. On weekend nights, the dragon comes alive, breathing real fire and spraying water into the air. Thousands of locals and tourists gather to watch the spectacle every week. It's easily one of the coolest bridges in the world. 13. Vietnam has a record-breaking cable car system. Vietnam is home to some of the most impressive cable cars on Earth. The cable car leading to Phan Xipang Mountain climbs through spectacular mountain scenery and clouds. The views are so stunning that many visitors compare the experience to flying. It's one of the easiest ways to reach the highest peak in Indochina. 14. Vietnam is home to the world's largest cave. Hidden beneath the jungles of central Vietnam lies Son Doong Cave, the largest cave ever discovered on Earth. This cave is so massive that it contains its own jungle, underground river, and even its own weather system. Some sections are over 200 meters high, making them large enough to fit a 40-story skyscraper. Explorers often describe Son Doong as a lost world hidden beneath the earth. 15. Vietnam is one of the safest and friendliest destinations for travelers. One reason visitors keep returning to Vietnam is the people. Travelers often praise Vietnamese locals for being welcoming, helpful, and hardworking. Combined with incredible food, beautiful scenery, and rich culture, it's easy to see why so many people fall in love with Vietnam. And there you have it, 15 mind-blowing facts about Vietnam. Which fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another fascinating journey with Marsamond. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.